few days ago, Blizzard dropped the Midnight Cinematic trailer, and wow, no pun intended. It is light battling the void, taking us back to Silvermoon and diving into the elves and all of their glorious eyebrows. So let's break it down. Where are we, and what are some of the things coming to the story for the Midnight expansion? First off, this cinematic is amazing. It's way darker than the other ones, and I don't think a trailer has got me this excited since the Wrath of the Lich King trailer. We see this big invasion of the Sunwell, and Xal'atath just kind of struts in like she owns the place. And remember, the Sunwell is the lifeblood of the Blood Elves, and it's already been corrupted once by Arthas, which led them to be cut off from all their magic. And so they started draining magic from other sources, and some even turned to fell energy, which is why their eyes are green. So if the Sunwell falls again, it's going to be the end of the elves. And how Xal'atath plans to use the Sunwell is probably what this expansion is all about. But the elves aren't ready to give up without a fight. And you see Lady Liandrin start praying to the Sunwell itself, to the light, and bam! The light sends a bunch of heroes to help fight back the void. And from the looks of it, I don't think Xal'atath was expecting that. So after watching this trailer, there are some questions that we need to answer. One, who came from the Sunwell? And probably the most important one, why wasn't there a foot shot for Xal'atath? Where are my feet pics, Blizzard? There's a lot coming in this expansion, but for this video, I wanted to talk about what's coming in regards to the story aspect of the Midnight expansion. So where does that leave us? We're getting 4 new zones. An updated Quel'Thalas, which not only sees a rebuilt Silvermoon, but it looks like it extends all the way down into the Ghostlands. We have Zul'Aman, which used to be a raid and is now a full-fledged zone. We have Harndar, the home of the Harnir, and then Voidstorm, which is the base of Xal'atath. So we know 2 of these zones, Quel'Thalas and Zul'Aman, are right next to each other. But the other 2 seem to be disjointed, which kind of takes me back to Cataclysm days, which I wasn't a big fan of. But we'll see how it all flows. Along with these zones, we get new dungeons and delves. And we're getting 3 raids to start the expansion, which is crazy. We get the Voidspire, which is a 6-boss raid serving as Xal'atath's stronghold. The question I have is, will we be fighting Xal'atath yet? We have the Dream Rift, which is a single boss that transport players to a realm where the veil between dreams and reality is thin. I think that this is part of the Harnir questline. And then we have the March on Quel'Danas, which is a 2-boss raid, and it's supposed to provide major spoilers for the expansion. And to battle all of these baddies, we're getting some additional help in the form of a new allied race and a new spec. We get a new allied race, the Harnir, or Bat Elves as I like to call them. Although they're described as not really elves and not really trolls, one, they do have bat ears. They have small tusks, clawed feet, and they literally turn into bats. So yeah, Bat Elves. So just to take a step back, the Harnir were introduced in the War Within expansion, but they didn't see a lot of development outside the Azkahet zone, right? So this is an interesting choice for an allied race, just for the simple fact that they aren't a big part of the current expansion. We did help them in the zone. We helped them when the Undermine area opened up, right, with the Black Blood. But that's kind of it, right? From the War Within trailer, it looks like they were supposed to be more, and it just seems like their story wasn't fully developed. So the Midnight expansion looks to be diving into that story a little bit more. But to be honest with you, I'm not really sure where they fit in to the overall Midnight expansion story. We're also getting a new Demon Hunter spec, Devourer. And this one's probably long overdue considering Demon Hunters are one of the only classes that only have 2 specs. This one fits in with the War Within storyline, right? And the Midnight expansion, all about being the Void. And from the Omega Forge raid, we actually see these types of Demon Hunters as a raid boss. So it's said that it's going to be a mid-range spec, kind of like Evokers. So that's going to be interesting. And I can't wait to see how this plays out. And then we also have Void Elves able to become demon hunters. Not too sure on the lore aspect here. It fits a bit with the void aspect of the expansion, but my understanding was that there aren't any more demon hunters being created. Maybe it's existing demon hunters embracing the void. Maybe they are still creating demon hunters. We're going to be diving into that when more information comes out. So this was just a brief highlight of some of the major things coming as far as the story is concerned. When we get more information about the raids and the dungeons and the additional features, we will be going into a deep dive on those. So what do you think? Is the Midnight Cinematic one of Blizzard's best? Or are you ready for an expansion that isn't 90% elves? Let me know in the comments below. And if you've enjoyed this breakdown, hit like, it really helps. And subscribe for more War Within guides and Midnight breakdowns, because trust me, the void's only getting started.